Bill Peterson with the Project Advantage podcast series with LED Lighting Supply. Today, I'm honored to have Bill Taylor with us. He's with Match Point Pickleball Club, and he's got an exciting story to talk to us today about pickleball playing. He has used our lights to install. We're very excited. This is will be the world's largest pickleball facility, and it's a lot more than pickleball. So, Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project, about yourself, and we'd be excited to hear about it.
Well, I greatly appreciate you guys letting us come on. My name is Bill Taylor. I am one of the owners and the head pro here at Match Point Pickleball Club in Columbus, Ohio. We're about 2 months away from opening what is currently the world's largest indoor pickleball facility. We've got a little bit more than pickleball, as Neil said. We have 38 championship cushion courts. We have 5 golf simulators. We have championship level table tennis. And one of the things we're doing with 8 of our courts is they're convertible to badminton. So we have a big badminton contingent here in Central Ohio. So at times we'll be running badminton on 8 of our courts.
You said 38 courts. That's a lot. I've been on some smaller facilities, but it gets pretty noisy there. How are you controlling noise on your courts?
The one thing I've done another facility, and the one thing we found, we're in a facility that has 40-foot high ceilings. We've put in a complete sound system that's controllable through the entire facility. We were prepared in the other facility that I built to put sound baffling in, and found out with the ceiling heights we didn't need it as much as we thought we needed it. We do have a 10-foot sound buffer and contrast barrier going up all around the entire facility to help keep some of the noise down. To be completely honest, some of that noise is pickleball. And, I've played with a couple of the paddles that make a lot less noise, and it's a different game that way. So some of that noise is enjoyable as long as it's not overwhelming. And in the size facility we're in, and the size of our courts and the distance between each one, we think we're in pretty good shape sound-wise.
Good. Yeah, I mean, again, we're in the lighting space, but when you started this project, and I think you mentioned 90 days ago you signed the lease there. What were those key elements that make a pickleball facility top of the line?
The big thing that being a professional player for 10 years, listening to players, being at hundreds of facilities as this sport has grown over the last 10 years, we've started to see facilities. The complaints that you get from people is A, there aren't enough courts. Okay, makes sense. B, the courts that are there aren't lit very well. That's where you guys come in. And B, as we get older, a lot of places are simply some paint and enamel over top of concrete floors. It's hard to play for a while.
Right.
If you get to that tournament level and you're playing all day for 3 or 4 days, it takes a toll and it becomes a battle of attrition at that point. So cushion courts, proper lighting, proper spacing for court size, and plenty of room for amenities. We see ourselves as a wellness facility. We will have a full restaurant. We will have a healthy bar with mocktails, smoothies, healthy drinks. We've got a wonderful orthopedic group that I can't give you all the information on because we just signed with them. But we're going to have a full orthopedic team here to do wellness prep, PT, warm-ups, cool-down areas, a little more than just pickleball. But lighting, comfortable courts, and proper sizing was the 3 main things in finding a facility that we could refurbish to make it work. And in this facility, we did. We've got 40-foot widths on all of our courts. We've got obviously the best lighting that we could find from you guys. And we've got a great partnership with Acrotech, who has a new cushioning surface that PPA is approved for pro play on all 125,000 square feet of our facility. So we've got a huge investment in the courts to make them tournament quality, and not just a couple of the courts, every single one of them.
Sure. And you get a lot of I found a lot of people my age are playing pickleball now. And I guess with that type of floor, I'm not going to hurt myself as much. My knees, my ankles is a lot
Exactly.
more forgiving.
Exactly. When we get to our age, um, people don't realize our eyes will adjust. I mean, we can play. We have black light. Our other facility, and we'll have it here. We have black light parties, right? So that's not competitive pickleball. It's fun, but at that point, our pupils open up so much that we don't see motion as well, and the ball becomes a little streak. It's a little lightning streak at that point, and I can't play in that kind of light competitively. You can't play at our age, at my age, and if the lighting isn't good, I'm going to be a little slow on my reaction time. So that's where lighting becomes a huge factor to be competitive as we age, especially.
Now, do you find a lot of the players are older in pickleball now?
When I started, in 2006, 2007, and got competitive in that 2010 or 11 program, it was an older sport. The average age now has dropped dramatically. That average age now is in the 30s, and 5 or 6 years ago, it was in the low 50s. So
Sure.
the youth movement is absolutely coming into pickleball. We see it at our facilities. We see it in our coaching. We're working with the college nationals. We're working because every college now has a club team. In the next 24 months, I would say that it'll be a D1 NCAA sport. We know it's coming to the Olympics. We're working with the local high schools. There's already high schools out there that have pickleball clubs as a varsity sport. So the youth movement's coming. So the future for pickleball is huge. It'll outlive me and continue to grow.
So, just getting back to lighting, my favorite part of it, is it the amount of light, the quality of light, the uniformity of light? What's important for the indoor applications that you've seen?
I'm going to check the bottom box, all of the above. Yeah, the situation you run into is if you do not put in your budget when you're building one of these facilities a complete lighting package. And that's not just throwing lights up. That's having someone look at your facility, put a lighting plan together, and then execute that plan so that you've got every court is uniform. Our eyes will see the difference in contrast changes. Your eye changes. I played in a tournament up in Michigan at a beautiful facility that was in an very high end facility. It was in an old high end furniture building, right? Where they were selling retail furniture. So lots of glass, lots of windows. And we had to go out and buy crepe paper and block thousands of square feet of windows because when you came across, 6 o'clock at night, there's the sun. You can't see it.
Right.
So having uniform light, having enough light without it being blinding, having the light at the right height. I mean, we're blessed to have 40-foot high ceilings, so we really don't really have those bright spots. One thing I found from your company is we bid it to 3 or 4 different companies. I had several people do the full photometric process for it. A couple of them charged us to do that. Your company did not. Um, Knowing and asking the right questions. They ask, do you have a full layout? What's there already? How can we complement that? And we found that we hung 160 of your lights in conjunction with what was already here. And now, to be honest, our our light is very consistent throughout. We purposely were heavy on our 2 championship courts. They're a little over 110 foot candles. The average one is at 90. Our lowest lighted court, there is one that's in the low 80s. It's in a corner, which you would expect, is 15-foot candles brighter than our competitor's brightest court.
That's really important. And, we from our side, we do strive. And, we have a number of people of ours that are just professionals in working with pickleball facilities, asking those questions. Because a lot of times there is light there, or there's things blocking the light, there's beams, and you really have to take all
Exactly.
that into consideration. Or, they want uplight, which we also can do, but their mounting height's only 16 feet. you can't do up late there. So it really gets back to understanding the requirements of the facility and then coming back with a number of recommendations that will steer us in the direction to make the right selection. So, and the nice thing about LED is if you're in when we were younger, it was metal halide, your electric bill would have been through the roof. And
Correct.
LEDs provide, I think, a significant cost effective lighting solution that allows you to be competitive.
That's correct. One of the things we found um, from you guys, and we didn't pick you guys just for price. The lighting plan, when we showed it to the contractors that were going to install for us, um, it was the easiest one to integrate into what we already had. Uh, to be honest, we put the 160 lights up in 120,000 square feet in less than a week.
Wow, that's
So
pretty good.
we were prepared. We had a couple of lifts. I mean, obviously, you got to be prepared and have the right people doing it. But the plan was easy to follow. We again, we're blessed in our building that it was a big rectangle, so I didn't have to deal with a lot of curves. I didn't have to deal with a lot of equipment up there in the ceiling. So we hung. We've got 5 lights per court. With our existing lights that stayed, and we got four of the new lights from you guys on each court, so it's very uniform. We went out there and played with. We hung one, and then went out and put some balls up and put some made sure the shadows weren't going to be there, and did some measuring of the light. And at that point, then it was just rinse and repeat. They
Yeah,
hung them all really quickly.
right. And we've found too, people have done sites and occasionally they've got to adjust a fixture or two farther out or more in to get rid of those shadows. But uniformity is the number one thing. I don't care if it's 60-foot candles, 80 or 100. If it's uniform, it looks bright. It's when it's not
Correct.
is when it doesn't. So,
One of the pickleball centric things I'll tell you is I'm a big student of analytics of the game. And if you watch the pro game or really any tournament level game, you'll see that there generally is one side of the court that absolutely has more winning points. I don't care the level of play, there's one good side and one bad side. A lot of it's background because there's a different background on those two things, but a lot of it, especially outdoor, is the lighting direction. So
right,
trying to make each side of the court fair, which that uniformity makes a difference, is you don't want someone to say, I don't want to play on this court because the lighting's not as good as court number 1 has to be the same as court number 38.
sure.
For us in a business aspect, I don't want a court that doesn't get used because we skimped on that one or the lighting isn't as good.
And indoor and outdoors is different. I mean, I think you can control the indoor much more than the outdoor, but we've done a lot of outdoor courts too. Usually there's 4 poles per court. They usually share it with another court and they'll either put, so it really gets back again to the requirement. And you actually need less light outside, we've found. But again, it really just gets back to the environment, what the customer wants. So, um, you mentioned October 1st is the is the grand opening date. Is there a big festivity plan for that or?
Because we are going to be officially the world's largest at this time, we have Guinness Book of World Records coming in.
Oh,
We know we've got a couple of them locked down. The world's largest indoor facility is a lock. There's another world record of the most participants in an exhibition match. It's only 264. We know we have that one locked down. There's 6 or 8 more the pickleball world records that we're going to try and break at that time. We have I guess we can announce it. It's going to get announced Sunday. We have a PPA tournament coming that first week. That'll be a last chance for the national qualifiers. That'll be our first big tournament there in October. So that's part of what we're doing. We have a lot to look forward to. We've signed a 3-year deal with the Arnold Sports Festival
oh,
that
neat.
really it started here in Columbus. They'll have over 20,000 athletes in 200 sports here in Columbus, and we will have pickleball and table tennis here under that Arnold banner. So we're expecting 1,000 players for that. Looks like we're going to have some of the college tournaments here as well. So 2026 is going to be exciting. That first month is going to be pretty busy as we're finishing everything up.
Wow, that sounds exciting. I mean, it really sounds like you and your team have done a great job there getting this going, and it sounds like going to be an exciting fall for you. So, um, again, you have any parting words or recommendations for someone else that may be thinking of getting into the pickleball business? Not in your city, but
Hey, it's fine. I mean, most pickleball places are in that 12 to 16 courts. We see ourselves as a national pickleball facility. We've got some local competitors. We're friendly competitors with them. Um, Pickleball is growing. Our 38 courts aren't enough. I don't want you next door to me, but I'd like you, if you want to open up in Columbus, we got some room for you. Um, the big thing is you got to have someone passionate about pickleball to be in the facility. It's a passion sport. It is a community sport. Um, it is also a business, so you've got to look at the numbers. The last pitch I'll give for your company, and the reason we went with you, is we did talk to everybody that was in pickleball lighting, and I will say you probably were not the lowest priced, but you were by far nowhere near the highest priced. And the service we got and the service we've got after the lights arrived far outweighs what we paid. I mean, the service, and just like this right now, um, the other companies that are out there, this doesn't exist. So your company's kudos to understanding that there's more than just shipping us lights. There's becoming a partner, and that's what we see with LED lighting supplies. You're one of our partners, and when we open the next facility, which is going to happen, we won't have to look to anywhere else to get our lights.
well, we want to thank you for that, and you can count on it. So, again, this is Neil Peterson with the Match Point Pickleball Club. Bill Taylor, we want to thank you for joining us, and we hope we can speak again when you open the next place. And we'd like to
We'd
maybe
like you
hear
guys to
after
come
your
out.
We'd like to hear about your grand opening when you're done it. Maybe we can do a follow up on that first month of activity. And thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Neil.
Okay, Bill.